Hello guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Maryam, if it's your first time here. So today I'm back with a monthly expense video, and this was actually suggested by a subscriber, so thank you very much for your suggestion. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So with my monthly expenses, no two months are the same, especially when it comes to the wants category. The needs is usually quite same because I have specific needs which cover my four walls: home, food, utilities, and transport. So for home, I spend, which is my rent, I spend $1,850. So that comes, it's a one bedroom in downtown Ottawa. It comes with a storage unit and no parking units, which good for me. I don't have a vehicle. If I did, I would have probably rented it out. For food, I spend $150 a month. While this might seem low, I used to spend over $300, and that's because I was on a ketogenic diet, but since November I've since come off the ketogenic diet and I've been able to spend $150 or less on food by strategic shopping and meal planning, meal prepping, shopping sale, going in the morning. Like if you're curious about like how I reduce my monthly expenses, I'm going to link the video somewhere here and you can take a look at that. So for utilities, I pay for hydro, internet, phone bill, Netflix, and Amazon. So for the Amazon and Netflix, it's usually either or. It's not the same at the moment. And for the month of January, I did pay for both just because I paid for Amazon Prime for the whole year. So I've been paying $4.99 excluding taxes for a while now, but they recently let me know that the 19 to 24-year-old brackets, which I am not 24, but for some reason they've allowed me to use it all these years, even though I didn't lie about my age. But they told me that it's expiring, so I'll go back to paying like $9.99 a month. But then if I subscribe for the year, I would be able to still pay under that Prime, under that like $4.99 bill. So that was exactly what I did. So I ended up paying like $52 or something for including taxes and for the entire year. So I just said, okay, like that seems like a reasonable deal, I would do that. So I ended up doing that. Netflix subscription, I get the cheapest one for $6.77. I can watch it with ads, but I usually don't do both. It's one or the other. My phone bill, I used to pay well over like $55 for this, but now I pay $38.08, which has just been amazing. The only difference between the previous coverage that I had and this coverage is still under the same service. So it's still under Rogers, the same provider rather, but the only difference is that I don't get to call anyone in the US, but I can still text people in the US. For the most part, I walk most places. So I walk to work, I can walk to church, like I will still take the bus, but I spend just $50 there. Like it costs $3.80 to take the train or to take the bus, like one way. And so for the most part, if I'm going to church for small groups, like it would cost me $7.60. If I'm going to church on a Sunday, $7.60. And that's if most of the time I would take the bus there just so I'm fast and I'm not late, but I would usually walk back home. Like I love winter. The cold air just kind of hits you. It's such a like, it's a time I used to think when I'm walking back, so I don't really mind that. So a lot of times I still have money left over for transport. Then that actually really covers like my four walls and my total needs, which comes up to, I budget $2,250 for it, which is also what my emergency fund is. I have 3 months of this for my emergency fund, so that's $6,750, and obviously it's accumulating interest, so which will just cover for inflation as the years goes by. So I do have other categories in my wants. So I have personal items, I have travel, I have entertainment, and I have my giving. So my giving, I'm not going to go into details, but entertainment, I usually leave $100 for this. A lot of things, like if you watch that video I'm talking about that I would link again, like a lot of things I like to do it indoors. I also like to keep it as low cost as possible, or if it's expensive, I plan way ahead of time. So I'm usually able to keep it under $100. I also try to minimize the amount of time I eat out. because they can get pricey so fast. The times that I kind of really don't have a say, it's like when it's a work event and I'm just like, or we're saying like farewell to someone or welcoming someone to the team, I would usually just like, it is what it is, I would go. Travel, this is not always a line item that is on the list, but I have quite a bit of travel to do this year. If you want like monthly video of how much I actually spend like every month and a review, like that's something I can certainly do. So at the end of January, I would kind of do like a summary of this is how much I spent, and then do like the preview for February, and then do the review of whether I actually stayed on budget and on track and all of that. But yeah, that is it. I keep it quite simple. I don't have any debt, so that also helps. Like I don't have any debt repayment, so it's not part of my expenses. And so my expenses, I try anyway. I try to keep my expenses really low. I try. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. And until next time, have a wonderful day. Bye.